Leah, I want to thank you for your participation so far in this intake, but I want to move to another section of the intake, specifically your family history, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's
fine. All right. So I'm going to be asking you various questions about your relatives.
okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you adopted?
No.
No? All right. Are your parents married?
They're not married.
They're not married?
I mean, to each other.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I mean, my he's now remarried. And while my mom, which marriage are we talking about? Because she's been married 4 times.
She's married 4 times?
Yeah, so.
At what age were you when your parents divorced?
I was about 16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then your father, you said, remarried?
He did.
And how long after the divorce?
I think it was about 18.
You were about 18?
Mm-hmm.
And then your mother remarried and was divorced a few times, you're saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was pretty much right after they got divorced. She married some guy. I don't even know. He was a nice guy. It was like 6 months after, pretty much like real fast. And then that didn't last very long. Forgive me, I have to remember like how long they were together because there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that they were only together for not even a year. And then she kind of had some time where she just was dating, but it was numerous people. And then she met somebody in her AA meeting, and they married. And that lasted, that they probably got married, I would say probably 2 years after the first marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And then that lasted, I would say, roughly about 1.5 years to 2 years.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the other one was probably when I was about like 25. And then that one lasted the longest. That was her 3rd marriage. So that was about close to 3 years.
That was her 3rd?
I believe that was her 3rd, yeah. Or her 4th? I can't remember. I don't know.
All right. So
yeah.
it's a bunch. Well, she was married to your father.
Yeah.
And then married quickly after that, you
Mm-hmm.
said. And then she met somebody in an AA meeting.
Yeah, so that's the 3rd, and then this one would be, the 4th.
The
So
4th? Okay.
Yeah.
Is she married now?
No.
Or is she
No. Now she's, I don't know, just dating or whatever. She's
How
doing.
long did the last marriage last?
So that was 3 years. That was the longest
That was
one.
the longest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how's your relationship with your father?
It's good, I guess. I mean, my dad, he's a genuine guy. I would say that he stuck around for a lot of things with my mom. So I'd say that he's a pretty good guy, and I think we have a decent relationship considering what we've been through, so.
All right. How about your relationship with your mother?
It's honestly, there's no other way to describe it. It's just chaotic. I mean, she's chaotic. So, she's all over the place. And it's just hard to catch her on a good day. And when you do, it's just, it's kind of surface, our relationship. So.
All right. So who raised you?
My parents raised me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, they were good parents, I guess, according to my standards, because my mom was just always a mess. So I guess they both did the best that they could, given some circumstances. So.
Do you think the way that you're raised has an impact on who you are now in terms of?
I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely. My mom was, and I hate to blame my mom, but I am, because she was just, my mom missed out on a lot of things because, I know it sounds like weird, but she didn't really sleep a lot. She was constantly spending my dad's money and shopping. So we were dressed nice constantly. We were always dressed nice, but my mom was just always preoccupied with herself as far as shopping and just looking good and, obsessive with cleaning. And I don't know, that's all I know my mom for. I was just shopping and spending my dad's money and them constantly fighting, yet they always stayed together, I think, for us. But that's really, she was always kind of gone, like hi-bye, kind of throughout my childhood.
There's some tough memories in there, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell me about your siblings? Do you have any?
I do. I have 2 siblings.
Okay, 2.
Mm-hmm. I have a brother, Jeff, and a sister, Kendra. And, they're good siblings, I guess. We kind of just all went our separate ways when my parents divorced. I guess just because you just become frustrated and tired with what you grew up with, that I guess you just don't want to relive that memory. When we're together, we relive that, so.
All right. So what's your relationship with them now? What's it like now?
It's okay, I guess. I don't know.
You mentioned that everybody went their separate ways.
Yeah. I don't really see them, quite honestly. So, if I do see them, and maybe it's like if I show up at a family party once every 5 years. But, so, I think to me that's okay.
That's right?
Yeah.
You're satisfied with your relationship with them?
I think so. It's not my fault that they won't accept who I am, so.
Are you aware of any medical conditions that, like your mother and father may have, or your grandparents?
Like heart disease or anything? Like back in a medical?
Mm-hmm.
My grandma had like heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather had cancer, but he beat that. He had colon cancer. It was in like the first stage, but he was fine after. But as far as my parents, they don't have any medical issues that I know of.
All right. How about kind of the same question except for mental health conditions?
Oh, just crazy? Like my mom was crazy. She was just completely all over the place, I guess. Yeah, she was just.
Are you aware of any formal diagnoses that she had, or?
She was just manic, like I guess like bipolar, but she never really got like a definitive label as bipolar in like therapy or anything like that. But yeah, she was definitely a mess, like anxiety and just
So symptoms of bipolar and anxiety.
Yeah.
Any other mental health conditions in your family?
No, that's just my mom with her, obsessiveness, and she'd get depressed after. But as far as any other siblings, no.
No. Do you have any special family traditions?
We would go on family vacations
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid. We were constantly staying at the best hotels and stuff like that because my mom, would shop around. She actually would book 3 hotels and just decide which one she liked better when we got there. I don't know. But anyway, we would do that. We would go on vacations together. We would always go down to the beach. So that was really our family tradition. As far as in like holidays, we did when we were younger. We would have like our family over for Christmas and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
can you tell me about holidays? Like, what were the most important holidays to you, your family?
Christmas was,
yeah.
Easter. They were the most important, and Thanksgiving.
And how did you celebrate those holidays?
Sometimes we would go to my cousin's house on my dad's side. and Christmas would be at my parents' house, and then Easter would just vary back and forth between my cousins or my parents, whoever wanted to have it. But
All right. Can you tell me about your extended family?
my extended family, well, on my dad's side, my uncle, he's super successful, and he's a cool guy. You know, I don't really see him now, but when I was a kid, I did.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't see him at all, honestly. I don't really see anybody at all, but yeah, and on my mom's side, she has a sister, and she's like crazy, but she's not as crazy as my mom. But she has 2 kids, and she's actually still married to her husband. They were actually high school sweethearts, so I don't know where my mom came from, but and yeah, I haven't seen her probably since I graduated high school. And you know, she associates with my mom, and they talk amongst themselves, so I don't really have a relationship with her either. So
All right, so not many active relationships there in your family history, it sounds like. Is that...
Well, yeah, there's not many now.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about your family history?
My mom would drink sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up. But that's when my mom was really friendly to me, when she would drink. And yeah, she would drink. I don't know if that's, you know, she was considered an alcoholic, but she would drink often. And I think just to come off of her shopping a lot, she would drink, or vice versa. Sometimes she would drink while shopping. Or just to calm down, she would drink. And sometimes in her drinking habits, she would actually be nice to me. So yeah.
Anything else you want to tell me?
No.
All right. So I want to thank you for helping me complete this family history section of the intake. And if you're okay, we'll move on to another section.
Definitely.